Oh, you got Ross. The G35. I refuse to let it overheat again. So we're doing some mods today. You want to talk about modding your G35 sedan? This is what you do first if you're going to drift it. You don't angle kit. You don't want it. You don't hydro. First and foremost, get rid of this. Look at how thin that is. Look at that. Straight looking like.
That's like a Honda race.
Cheryl Teagues in the 70s.
It's pretty thin.
AF is the joke there. So let's go over to the Fiesta and I'll show you all the cool stuff I bought for this. Ooh.
Oh.
Pop that bad bitch open. Take a look see.
Ooh, shiny.
That is a coil red 5-core, all aluminum.
Oh, that's light.
Yeah, it's really light. But look at that, beefy. But it has mounts for the AC stuff. It has mounts for the fans, except for the fan bracket that goes around this bolt is broken.
Perfect.
So we'll probably try and figure out a way to get that pressed up against the radiator better. We'll zip tie it somewhere. That's the problem with aluminum radiators. If you zip tie it to the radiator, shit gets hot. So you might, you know, start melting stuff. Officer Dan, thank you.
Oh.
New GK Tech tie rod end extenders. See, they were eaten through right here-ish, which makes me think that the tie rods are okay because they only go into here. But it's an Infinity / Nissan, so if I do have to get new tie rods, they're probably like 18 bucks each. 10-row aluminium oil cooler. God damn it. I don't even know. That's probably the lines and stuff. Oh yeah, there's the sandwich plate, and it's 10 a.m. Nissan should be the same as like Honda's, I think. And there's 10 a.m. hoses under there. We gotta figure out how we're gonna mount that to the front. And I got one of these big boy funnels.
Whoa, that's cool.
So you can, cause you know the radiator sits 9 feet lower than the engine in a G35 for some stupid ass reason. Oh, and to hopefully prevent from digging into those tie rod extenders again, but not lose any angle, Chappie Barra got me some space. Chappie gave me the space I needed.
Yeah.
So 1-inch bolt on, good. A lot of people don't know this, but my mom drives, plays the trumpet as well.
Yeah.
Drives that that 350Z. And you know how I wanted you to get a 350Z or a G35 drift car? I think I found a way for you to do it initially affordably.
Yeah.
Because that is an automatic. But if you put it in a gear in manual mode, it will not shift. It'll let you just bounce it off the rev limiter. I was driving to my house yesterday. I was like, yeah, let's see what RPM at God Mod shifts me at. I was like watching this car next to me, just goes off second gear. I was like, whoa, wait, you could drift this, dude. Must be why all the cool drift guys don't have AC stuff in their drift cars, because like how are people gonna know I guapped out if they can't see the big coil red on the front? For 4-core Mishimoto radiator is $100 more than this, and I hesitate to tell you how much I paid for this thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because it's a lot?
It's because it was $300.
I mean, I should go to the junkyard and get another one.
Well, $284 actually, but
that's not terrible.
I mean, for what it is, and if it's gonna, that's cheaper than buying another engine. Well, actually, no, it's not in the case of this engine, but if Shane had charged me any sort of labor for that swap, that's way cheaper than the engine. And that's $284 is a better price to pay than having to swap the engine again.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
You can get in front of it if you wanted to. All right, new radiators in, fans are mounted. We mounted the whole AC compressor, or AC condenser up front to the radiator because when Shane and I put this engine in, we put it back together with the intent that eventually I could charge the AC system and have AC. And then when we were pushing the radiator back down, just kinked, and now it's leaking R134A on the ground.
Oh, it's just the mineral oil.
Hag oil or whatever.
Yeah, that's nothing.
These funnels rip, dude. Most racetracks don't want you to run coolant if you're going to do tandems, or a lot of them don't allow coolant at all just for driving. So water wetter and a big ass radiator and an oil cooler are going to keep this thing alive. Dude, look at this. Doubles the wetting ability of water. Yeah, all good things in life are pink, dude.
Yeah.
Gum.
Oh, yeah.
Pepto-Bismol.
Ah.
Water wetter.
Yeah.
The nice thing is we have no thermostat, so bleeding is super easy. For a second I was like, why is the oil so clean? Then I remembered it has like 35 miles on it. But we're taking it out because we need to pull the oil filter to put my oil cooler on. If any insightful viewers want to point out that this already has an oil cooler on it, this is for power steering, alright? Don't at me. I don't know where we're going to mount that bitch, but we'll find a spot.
Let's just hang it external off the bumper.
Yeah, since we actually have that now, we put it right underneath. I'm reusing this oil filter because it has like 30 miles on it. Don't at me again. I think it's hollow. Yeah, it's still hollow on the inside, so the pressurized way is that way, and then it drains back in that way, I guess, or it's circulating it.
Yeah, and then it's still pressurized, and then it comes out the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Alright, so here's this doohicker. So the sandwich plate, we got two 10AN fittings, so we can run it to the oil cooler, which is in Ross's hand. Alright, here we are. Make sure everything's tight and not warbling. So now we just need to figure out how we're going to mount that oil cooler. I see that, Ross? Alright, so you can kind of see it peeking through there. We just kind of mocked it up with some wire holding it together because, believe it or not, we couldn't find any zip ties. But we're going to put the oil cooler right there on the actual crash bumper. So thanks, Shane Pipkin, for giving me that. I have a place to mount my oil cooler. That way it's not... If we hit something, it'll still hopefully take most of it there instead of hitting the oil cooler and spilling oil all over the track. Or coolant with the expensive new radiator. So we're just probably going to run some self-tappers into this hooer and then plumb these lines up and then call that good, and then all we got to situate is those tie rods. Oh yeah, and I have to go buy 2 new sets of lug nuts because the ones
studs.
Yeah, the ones that go onto these studs are M12 by 1.5. G35s are M12 by 1.25. So I need to buy these Acorn style ones that are M12 by 125, and then the tuner style ones that are M12 by 1.5, so I can put my wheels back on. Isn't it just fun, Ross? I need someone who's actually going to... Everything's gonna line up. I might need to fucking mark this with something. If you don't have these and zip ties, you don't own a drift car. There we go. Drink, yeah, up.
Yeah. It's drinking.
Make sure you do like I just did, change your oil every 35 miles.
It's hard to do with my left because it's still super tight.
So the wheels were rubbing through the extenders. So right now we're trying to take this one off, see if maybe this tie rod is salvageable. But based on how difficult this is, I'm gonna go with probably not. Oh man. I wanted to go fly the RC plane today, but we got a little distracted here. Anyway, tie rod ends are just really on there. So we got the tie rod tool, but in order to use that, we need to get this ball joint off. It'll actually go over that, but it won't go over the boot. I don't want to buy new boots. So Groot hears me talking, he's freaking out because he doesn't know who's out here. Anyway, if we salvage the boots, then we have to cut the tie rods. which isn't a big deal because we have 2 brand new tie rods and 2 brand new GK Tech extenders. The issue is these ball joint end pieces here that thread into the extenders are in there real good. So fortunately for me, Ross and has offered to come back tomorrow while I'm at work and put these back together. We fired up the oil cooler lines, moved because I didn't want them pointing straight down at the ground, so now I ran them up and over the front sway bar, which, if you recall, Shane said saved his oil pan when he shot it off a mountain on his G35, so that's cool. These lines, I know, I need to just trim them. I'll do it eventually. I say that, probably never actually will. Just a little extra oil, we're fine. Gives it more time to cool down after it's gone through the oil cooler. Don't worry about it, it's fine. But oil cooler set up, it's mounted, real sturdy. It's far back from the bash bar. And maybe put it roughly in the same spot. If I made some brackets to put these mounts a little closer to the AC condenser and the radiator, we could run the lines up top. But for now, they're still a good 3 inches or so from the bumper when the bumper's on. So unless I take it off a jump or something, those lines aren't going to hit the ground. And then, like I said, I was a little concerned about the undercar ones, but now they're up and over the sway bar, so should be good. We'll get that put back together. It'll be drivable. I'm not going to drift it with the angle kit the way it is. I'm not even going to go full lock. I don't want those wheels to rub through my new GK Tech extenders. And then once we get some spacers on it and we have a chance to get to a drift event, we'll be back on it. The new intake and the sick crackle tune. It's not actually a crackle tune. I think it's just because of that intake, but it crackles a lot now. I'll bring you guys an update after Ross and Brock get it done and I come to pick it up after work. Alright, G35's been here for a week. I'm just gonna kind of start piecing this back together. Ross is on his way. Camera's dead, so I'm just filming on the phone. I'll just get back to you guys when it's done, basically. We on the Note 20.
Oh, shit. There's
So,
3 lenses in there.
Yeah, dude. You can look into 3 different internet abysses. Yeah, so Ross and I just discovered, after all the complaining and throwing of shit, that them tie rod extenders are reverse threaded. So we got it off. But I bought new parts anyway, so we finna put them on. I don't... Lefty tighty, righty loosey. I'm really mad about that. So, yeah, anyway. What we couldn't get off, though, is the rack extender spacer thing there. So, I'm not going to open the box, because we put it specifically in that box so it won't get lost. Yeah. Because there's a little tiny metal ring that goes on one side. It's in there, I promise. We'll show you when we put it together. Right now, we're going to go get some blue Loctite and that tie rod tool. Damn, Ross, they got the Freestyler. Shit. Imagine having something that new and running it through one of these touchy car washes. Drift cars, though, let's go. This thing got more tree sap on it than a tree, practically, so we're just gonna let this thing just fucking whip that shit off. It's gonna rip the bumper off. Oh, I forgot about it. Yeah, it might actually. Well, we'll find out.
I mean, we're just gonna run back in there, grab it. We'll do it when it's on.
Just get out hurry while it's fucking coming back. Just takes the bumper out of your hand and just goes the side of the car.
You're like, ow.
Like, and she's clean. Let's go. Yeah, dude, I don't know how these things could damage paint. Folds in my mirror. Nice. Here it comes.
Hopefully it takes all that tree sap off. It might not.
I'm gonna be pissed if it doesn't. Ah, look out! Ah! Oh, reverse it. Nice.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Let's see if it fixes the mirror.
It should. Probably not, just because.
Just gonna give it a hard plaqué. Ah. Well, that mirror's getting cleaned.
Hey, it did.
Oh, it did. That's hilarious. It's so pretty. Look at it. Oh no, it's gonna go away. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Let her rip. Oh.
Oh,
no. Dude, listen to that. That has to be scratching paint.
It has to be. What is going on in the bottom?
I don't know. Transmission's coming out.